Well, now our special focus. Hours after announcing an almost 27 rupee hike in prices of unsubsidized LPG cylinders, the government changed its mind, holding the hike for now. The hike just days ahead of the small but important election in Himachal Pradesh was criticised strongly, and there's pressure from within as well. The Congress is now, for the first time, even talking of scrapping the move altogether, though the government has taken a more cautious approach.
We were from the very beginning was of the opinion that reducing the number of cylinders to 6 will cause hardship to the common man. That was the opinion of the Congress party. We are in a difficult situation. The international prices as it is going up.
The Congress now openly promising a rollback of the decision to limit subsidized cylinders to just 6 a year. This comes a day after the government rolled back a 26 rupee hike in the prices of non-subsidized LPG cylinders that would have taken the price above 900 rupees in many cities. The nationwide outrage over the hike clearly was not lost on a jittery government worried about the impact of the cap on subsidized cylinders in pole-bound Himachal Pradesh, where the Congress is locked in a close race with the BJP.
हमने तो अब लकड़ियाँ जलाना शुरू कर दी हैं ताकि अब कैसे करना हमने गुजारा नहीं होएगा ऐसे तो
10 आदमी हमारे घर में है तो क्या खाएगा कैसा खाएगा
Why are they penalizing us for having festivals or being happy about it?
मंत्री जी और मंत्रालय ने कहा we are putting it on hold. निर्णय स्टैंड करता है उसको लागू करना हम उसको रोक रहे हैं. Putting on hold का मतलब यही है.
The issue of a cap on subsidized LPG cylinders is a sensitive one for a hill state like Himachal. For some, it's become an election symbol, but it's too sensitive even for the Congress party to ignore.
अब खाना पीने से पीछे रहना पड़ेगा, सिलेंडर से पीछे नहीं रह सकते हैं? अब सहूलियत तो अब लोग ढूंढते हैं ना.
Just a few weeks ago, the government showed it could take tough decisions on reforms, but now the party doesn't seem to be having the stomach for it. So the big question, will the government dare to go in for a complete reversal of the decision on LPG? The Finance Ministry and the Prime Minister's office would have to clear any reversal. A final decision could thus involve a rise in the number of subsidized cylinders rather than a complete rollback.
Does good economics help the Congress party win elections? The answer is an emphatic no. And the Congress party realizes it's now time for course correction, especially since the common man is facing hardship, in particular the housewives in their kitchens. The Congress now realizes it's only a question of political timing when to increase the cap on LPG cylinders. With KK Angre, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
And Veerappa Moily actually seems to place the decision on that possible hike in the cap of subsidized gas cylinders and of pricing the cylinders themselves on the shoulders of oil companies. Here he is in conversation with my colleague Maya Sharma in Bangalore just a while back.
Ever since he took over the ministry, it has been in the news. Veerappa Moily joins us now here in Bangalore. So is there pressure to increase the cap on the number of subsidized cylinders given per year?
Of course, even our ACC spokesperson said, there should be increase in cap. And, even many political parties have said there is a demand. Even some of the states like Jammu and Kashmir, they say that, the logistic is a real problem for them. And, putting the cap has put up a lot of hardship. Even many of the northeastern chief ministers and the chief ministers have spoken to me. And this is a matter which the oil ministry, many of the oil agencies will have to consider.
The oil agencies. What about the ministry itself? Are you considering?
No, we are given a lot of liberty to the oil ministry now. We don't want to take decision at certain stage.
You're passing it on to them. Is there a lot of pressure? Is there a lot of pressure within the party?
We have deregulated many things now.
Is there a lot of pressure within the party itself to increase?
No, it's not a question of party. Yes. Party will get pressure when the various states and the stakeholders and the beneficiaries speak about it. But of course, they have gone by some arithmetic that in an average only 6 cylinders are enough. This is arithmetic. There is also a chemistry involved in it that they have not looked into.
A different science. Also, this decision to hold the increase in prices of non-subsidized cylinders. What was behind that? Where did that come
that
from?
is for the respective companies to do it. Okay. Maybe I was told. Yes. This is not my decision, not the ministry decision. Okay. We would, according to the information which I have received, they say that there are certain administrative problems and administrative expediency which has made them to take this kind of a decision, which I have to look into it. Immediately I get back to Delhi.
But how many are buying that? That's the big question. Joining us, a very special panel this evening. Sanjay Jha of MaraCongress.com, Prakash Javadekar of the BJP, R.S. Sharma, ex-chairman ONGC, currently with the FICCI Hydrocarbons Committee, also Aarti Jairat, senior journalist. Thanks all so much for being with us. Sanjay, first to you. The Finance Minister and the Prime Minister yesterday morning talked about tough fiscal decisions. They even talked about the danger signal there. Credit ratings will be junk. We have to tighten our belts. This is the time. And then hours later, we see that this hike happens, which is then, of course, put on hold. Many are asking this evening, another example when you see it of the party and the government not working in tandem.
Natasha, I don't agree with that. I think the first thing that we need to understand going forward is that as a country, we'll have to reconcile to the fact that the price of oil reflected in LPG, kerosene or HSD or petrol is now going to go through changes. It could go up, it could also go down, depending upon market factors, both external as well as internal. And so that's a reality. You know, like petrol prices have moved up, you know, they could come down as well. So we have to get used to frequent changes or perhaps smaller quantums. Point number one.
Would you say this was a very, very frequent change, a hike coming in and then a hold in just 9 hours? Sanjay, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but of course, a hike coming in and then of course, even the oil minister, they're making the point that this is something that is determined by oil companies. But is it really? Wasn't it the fact that the oil ministry, that the party really got cold feet? We've seen that there's pressure from within also after that hike happened.
No, not really, Natasha. I'll tell you why. Because I heard the statement of Arun Jaitley from the BJP, who said that the government got cold feet. It's ridiculous. I'll tell you why. Because just a day or 2 days ago, you know, there was a statement by Ravi Shankar Prasad where he said, you know, we are totally against the price hike of any commodity related to oil. You know, the typical populist call that you can expect BJP to do during election time. Now, the moment the government, for administrative reasons, said, okay, now we need to put a hike to it, a halt to it till we decide when to increase it, Mr. Jaitley says, now that's a politically opportunistic move. Now, I don't really know what BJP wants. But the critical part, let's come down to elections. You know, elections are going to happen continuously in next year. There's Himachal elections now. Right. There's Gujarat election then. You see, end of day, inevitable steps have to be taken. Now, you can link it to political events of a Himachal election coming up in the next few days. But there's a Gujarat coming up in a few weeks as well. So you can't defer it in perpetuity. So to link it to any political masterstroke, to compromise an economic good for India, I think that's a very harsh criticism and is not valid at all.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.